You're listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant.
Yo, back with another installment of Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. What's up, Trufant? How you guys doing?
What's good?
Good.
What
Good.
good,
How
sir?
are you, Kel?
Good. Just got off the golf course, feeling good. Played pretty bad,
Okay.
but I'll be back out there tomorrow.
All right.
That's
Sounds
the game
boring.
of golf.
All
Unless
right,
you're a
let's go.
professional, unless you're on TV, there's going to be bad days, bad shots, and a bunch of, yeah. So
Who
I
are
get it.
you? Like
I am the golf
guru?
not the guru, but I know what bad golf looks like. Yes, I do.
All right.
Yeah. How are you guys? What's new? What's going on?
School started. Waking up early.
Yeah, so
Tired, boss.
even the dog is tired. The dog is adjusting to getting up early again.
Right. She takes midday naps. She took a hard
right.
ass
She's
nap
like fucking
earlier.
passed out. And I'm like, girl, bye. Get up. You're a puppy. Yeah, so aside from that, starting school, all of that, nothing new.
No, nothing too wild. We're starting to settle back.
I was going to say we're settling back into the routine.
back into a kid-led lifestyle, activities, sports, and
all
cheer,
this
dance,
shit
and whatnot.
we hate,
So,
but love to see them do. Oh, geez.
That's actually a great segue into what we're going to discuss today, because you guys getting back into the routine of life, of dealing with the kids and juggling all the shit they have going on. With that comes a lot of sacrifice and compromise. So we know in a relationship, things aren't easy. You got to give a little, you got to take a little. Sacrifice and compromise are two very necessary things and two actions that must be willingly done by both partners.
Yes. Two-way street.
Yes. My first question I want to ask you guys is this. Marcus, do you ever feel like you're doing more sacrificing than compromising in your marriage?
I thought we were talking about kids.
it could actually sacrifice some of the kids to get to another level of prosperity in our marriage. But
we could.
that got dark quick. But Kel, you said, am I doing more sacrificing than compromising?
Yes, and that doesn't necessarily just have to be with just between you and Jess, but yeah, also with the kids and just with the whole just family life. Like, do you feel like there's more sacrificing than there is compromising?
I think the dynamic in this may not go for everybody, right? But for me, sacrifice and compromise, sometimes they can go hand in hand, right? And I don't have a problem with that. I sacrifice doing a bunch of stuff that is only going to benefit me, right? Stuff that may make me happy, and I get to smile, and I get to go out, and hang out with the boys, maybe have some drinks, and go play video games, or do stuff that doesn't involve anybody else in the family. But if I'm being a good teammate, if I'm being a good partner, if I'm being a good father, that's not going to work on a regular basis. So, yes, I do feel like I sacrifice. I do feel like I compromise, and I'm okay with that, though, because I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody be happy. It's just not about me all the time. I do need my time. I need my place in the family structure or whatever, to where I can, chill and let my hair down and go do my thing and not have to worry about nobody else. Or it's just me and the wife, or it's just me, right? So I need that. I'm okay with that, though. I'm good with that. With the sacrificial. So I put my neck on the guillotine, kill myself so the kids could and the wife can enjoy life. Yes.
Right.
How often do you feel that that's taken for granted, if ever?
Oh, yeah, definitely taken for granted. Of course, taken for granted. But I feel like there's a part of that I got a job to do, right? I have a job to do. Is it taken for granted? Yes. Do I speak up about it all the time? No, but I do let people
you got a gripe? Like, what's good?
Outside of
say it with your chest then.
I let people know, right? I let Jess know. I do let her know. Sometimes it's jokingly, but sometimes it's like, yeah, y'all don't respect what I do. Y'all don't understand the sacrifice, but it's one of those things, right? I can only understand what I can understand. So, Jess and the kids are doing their thing and they sacrifice for me as well, right? If I want to run off, I want to be this media guy, I want to do this stuff, I want to do these appearances, I want to do business meetings and all that kind of stuff. There's different things going on in the family and I'm not, 100% here. They got to sacrifice as well. So they got to bite the bullet. We all have to bite the bullet. So is it taken for granted? Yes. I think you can only see what you can see and you only know what you know. And my answer is getting kind of long. So
I was going to say,
as Jess talks over me, yes,
everybody
is taken for granted, but I don't feel like it's disrespectful though, or not overly disrespectful.
Who is just like, I don't know, like it's taken for granted. I mean, everybody takes everything for granted because it's like, a lot of people take a lot of things for granted.
That's true.
Because it's like an expectation, right? Our kids' parents, so they expect, like you said, it's your job, and so I don't know, and their kids at the same time. Do you want like a ribbon or
that would be nice.
A round of applause every once in a while.
That would be nice also from time to time. Standing ovation.
A standing ovation.
Roof. Arsenio Hall-ish.
Right.
Something. Yeah.
No, he does sacrifice a lot, but we all do. We all make sacrifices. It's just a part of life. That's it. You're going to make sacrifices. You're going to put, like, being selfless. You're going to put yourself on the back burner, put your needs aside to take care of others. And that's just kind of, I think, human nature. I mean, I don't know. I guess there's some people who are just pretty fucking cutthroat and are like, I'm not sacrificing shit, my time, my this. But I just think it comes with the territory, especially when you have kids. But I feel like in a relationship, it is more of a compromise, right? You can't really compromise with your kids, but you can easily compromise. Well, not necessarily easily, but you can compromise with your partner. So you don't necessarily have to sacrifice all of the time, right? Because when you're doing nothing but sacrificing, it can lead to harboring some resentment, some this, some whatever. So there's got to be a little bit of compromise, a little bit of sacrifice. Right.
In you guys' relationship or marriage, who's the harder one to compromise with?
Well, I don't know. I think I just looked up the definition of compromise. I wanted to make sure I had this right.
Read it
An
out
agreement or settlement of a dispute that is reached by each side making concessions.
Right.
So what I would say about our dynamic on how the compromise is done, maybe my road to the compromise, or my how I reach the compromise may be a little less not easier, but it's just navigated differently. And this is from my point of view. Your compromise is going to come with a bunch of verbal attacks and slander and sloth and spit and fire and ice. But
damn, but shit.
But she still does it, right?
Why are we married?
She still does it, and you still do it. But I think it makes you feel better.
It makes me feel better.
It makes
if
you feel better if you can kind of.
And then I go, okay.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna do it anyway.
And I'm more, and I learned from experience, right? Compromising and being in these
silent compromiser.
Disagreements. It's not in any of our best interests to kind of match fire with fire all the time, right? Sometimes that's a good way to do it, but not all the time, right? Inside though, sometimes I want to come with the claws and the talons and all that, but
okay.
I know I'm gonna end up compromising anyway, so I dig into my bag and I woo-saw a little bit, and I'm able to make that compromise. Is it things I really want to do? Like the definition says, I'm making concessions so we can get to where we're trying to go.
Right. I think the sacrifice is more with our kids than with each other. Right?
Yeah.
Or what?
No, we don't always.
You're sacrificing.
We don't always agree on everything, every situation, and sometimes I would say you do it too. You're not always like that. I was kind of, I was poking fun at you, but
that's not funny.
Well, it was funny to me. You need to compromise and just let me have my fun, right? But what I would say is that, yeah, it's the kids. It's about the dynamic, really, of doing all this stuff and how much time is left, right? I feel like that's our biggest thing. What time is left? Who gets the time? How do we compromise in that of what we want to do? And so it is the kid. It involves the kids. Our dynamic really evolves around the kids.
Yeah. But,
she didn't like that, Kale. She didn't like it.
I know. I understand the kids thing, but I want to kind of get back to the relationship because I'm gonna start digging now. Jess, why are you such a hard compromise?
Because would you say because I have to control the situation, and compromising is kind of letting go of that control and going, okay, well, and I don't necessarily want to do that, but I do. And sometimes the compromise comes from some last minute shit, for example, that he springs on me. I know I'm going to compromise. I know, but I am going to rip you a new one before I do. And it's fine.
That's fair.
It's like totally fine.
And I know that I'm not good at certain stuff, right? I'm the opposite of very opposite of high strung and anxious and all that. So it could be down to the wire and I'm just chill, things are going to get done. Plans are going to get handled. But sometimes I need to be more.
That's where the compromise comes in.
Communicative.
What?
Communicating with my spouse about, timing and just being more in tune to her needs and planning ahead, right? It's not just me.
He needs to have a sense
game.
of urgency. That is what he needs to come to a compromise with that. I don't know. Have a sense of urgency occasionally. I have no idea, but he has zero sense of urgency. So, yeah. Sacrifice that.
So it sounds like, because what I have here is, it's not just that, you're not a hard compromise, is that because it's like the sacrifice only benefits one, compromise benefits the two of you. So you hate sacrificing shit. Because if it's something that's going to benefit him, but not benefit you, and you have to give up something, you know you're going to like, all right, whatever, it's super last minute, but you know you're going to be pissed off, but you know you're going to sacrifice it anyway. So you flash on him and then you let him do it.
Well, I have a right though. You guys are just making it seem like I just come out like everything he says well, and I'm like, fuck you. No, that is not how it is. And you know what? I'm not even coming out with claws. I can just be like, you know what? I really would appreciate if next time, and then he gets all inside his feelings. And so, yeah. So that's when it makes it seem like I'm pulling my claws out. Nope. I just said, can you next time? And yeah, anyways.
Right. And then I get offended. And then
he gets offended and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And then it kind of compounds the issue, right? Last minute. And then it's like, oh, okay, I didn't see it like that. And now you're coming at me in this way. And in no way, shape, or form was I trying to affect you in that way. But now you kind of coming at me this way, and I don't like it. I'm so
tired of you making me out to be the bad wife.
Not a bad wife. You make me
look so bad on this podcast. You guys make me look bad.
True. Not true. I just said,
Dylan.
I'm just saying that I can be oblivious sometimes, and that's when I kind of get my feelings right. I feel like I'm blindsided. I'm like, what?
That's because he feels like he's perfect.
And you feel that
way? All times.
Man, if I
One
could
small correction,
slam my hand on the table, I'm like, wait a minute. No.
I'm like, damn, what is wrong with you? But yeah, no. You have to compromise. If you do not compromise in a relationship, whether you go apeshit first or not,
I would even say sacrifice too. I feel like
sacrifice too.
Sacrificing to where you said that only benefits one person.
But sometimes you make that sacrifice because you care about that person.
You make that sacrifice because you care and you want to, not that you're keeping score, but that's okay. Sometimes sometimes it's just for the other person. It can't be both of us all the time. Sometimes it's just for one of the spouses to be able to enjoy, to be able to have that time on their own. So
I have a scorecard in the back of my head. Okay.
I do too.
He did that. Check.
I act like I don't.
Okay. Check. Okay. Oh, it's my turn. So yeah, no, definitely have a scorecard. I think I might have some things written down in my phone.
Wow.
I'm kidding. But it's a part of it. It's part of being in a relationship. It's part of being married.
It is. It's beautiful. It's lovely.
Right. And that's the thing. It's one thing to sacrifice and just do it, but it's another thing to sacrifice and keep a tally of everything and then blow it right back when there's some type of disagreement or you don't get your way or something like that. So make the sacrifices and shut up about it. Just do it.
Just do it. And if you're like, for me, I know I'm as far as keeping score, right? Okay, last weekend or earlier in the week, I did this. And so let me make sure that I make myself available to let you do what you need to do later on in the week. And that's kind of the yin and the yang, and that's the give and the take of a relationship. Yeah. The battle,
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of in that situation right now.
Right.
Marcus took on another kind of job without even telling me. And I've had to sacrifice so he can do what he did not even mention to me. That happens every week, and it has inconvenienced me. It's going to possibly leave me dealing with all of the kids and getting them to their activities. So yeah, I'm going to have to sacrifice for this. And he heard about it. He definitely did. But now he's aware, and he will sacrifice too when I spring something on him, which I'm going to do. I'm just waiting.
But just to be clear, and just for those couples that really come to Truly Unruly to get positive reinforcement on lovely, beautiful relationships, you don't want to be vindictive, right? Okay, there was these things that happened. I was uncomfortable here, so I'm a write this down, and I'm gonna set this bomb to explode in a week or two, right? Because I feel upset now, so I'm gonna get you back over here. I'm really gonna get you back.
That's what I said. You're taking a tally, and then you just
that's not
bring it on
so
out.
much the way to do it. But in all fairness, yes, there's I have a habit of being locked in, getting in a way of trying to try new things, reach new heights, et cetera, et cetera. And there's a lot going on.
Not
in the
on my
Trufant.
dime.
There's a lot going on in the Trufant household. It makes it tough. So yeah, I can do better, and I know that. That's why, like, I'm okay with the sacrifice and the compromise on my side, right? I'm
Right.
okay with that. Yeah.
You know, honestly, I shouldn't have to sacrifice or compromise because I don't know. There's something about like carrying children
knew you
and
was gonna say
birthing
that.
them and like
I mean, I
nursing them and like
I can't beat that. I'm
just
a
doing
man.
all
So what
that
am I
kind of
supposed to say to
stuff
that?
I'm like, fuck the kids and everybody. Like, you guys sacrificed for me
That's a
because I sacrificed my body, my boobs, my sanity. What else did I sacrifice?
That is such the modern woman answer.
My clothing size.
that's like an unfair. Like, I mean, I got a
know.
couple draw fours in my hand, and
unfair.
you
Like,
yeah.
what are you gonna do for me?
You're just pulling out the
when
wild cards.
when
Like, there's
my
nothing I can say to
boobs
that.
were like, and they sucked all the volume out, and
I
they
supported
like
you.
A cup
I supported you the best
like
I could.
triangles. Like,
I supported
What did
you
you
with everything I had.
sacrifice?
I sacrificed.
what did you compromise? You're like, oh well, at least she still has a little bit of ass.
Right, yeah. I rubbed your back. I was there for you. I was there to tell you that you're still beautiful. I was there to support you. I was there to uplift you. I was a shoulder to cry on.
You were.
I mean,
Were you? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. So, yeah, I can't trump that. Of course, being a mom, that's if there's nothing I could do to outshine that. So, like I said, that's an unfair compromise. But you
The
did
ultimate
that, Mama. You did that.
sacrifice.
But wait, here comes the alpha male answer.
Oh,
Yes, Jess, there is the sacrifice that you have made as a woman and a mother of having children, but there is still the sacrifice that man has made to make sure that your family, you and your children live a very good life. And the sacrifice that he has made is he has put his body on the line, his own body on the line, to sacrifice for you guys also. So I would always, keep that in mind also, right? I mean, you both have.
I have
Really,
a
Really,
Kel,
Jess? Really?
You were so right, because when I didn't know him, when he went into the NFL and decided to sacrifice his body, that shit was not for me or the kids, because he was in the NFL.
But he ended up marrying you and having kids with you, and at the same time, like, has he not given you guys a good life?
Absolutely, but don't say that he sacrificed his body for us. He sacrificed his body for the National Football League and for the owners in the box and all of the people that generate gajillions of dollars to watch him sacrifice his body.
To give his family a good life.
He didn't have a family when he started sacrificing his body.
Yes, he did. I mean, he still had his parents. I mean, he still had his nuclear family. But like I'm saying, he created a family and started a family.
Yes.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like, why he
But
was,
I see
was
the
doing that,
sacrifice
like,
he has made with his body And I acknowledge that. I understand that. And I also understand his sacrifice for our family. Absolutely. And to, provide the life that we have now. I absolutely see that. I absolutely acknowledge that. And I absolutely do not take that for granted.
What I would say as well, and it might be a unpopular answer, that there's a lot of guys that play in the NFL, right? A lot of guys have been through the NFL. Every year there's new guys coming in, but everybody's situation is not always a positive situation or a happy situation. We've been married almost 15 years now. So for me, and one of my coaches actually told me this, a shout out to Coach Gray, that you really, it's not about me, right? I know that society puts this label on people that make it to the professional leagues and do all that kind of stuff, right? But your home life, your wife and your kids, they are really the ones that matter. If you got a terrible home life, in some situations, or in most situations, your professional career is going to suffer because you're overly stressed out at home. There's things going on and you can't really turn it on and turn it off. So I would say that, yes, I made my sacrifice, but again, it's a compromise because we both had to make sure that we took care of each other. Yeah, I was gone almost all day. Jess was handling the kids. I had to come home, and I was okay with jumping right into daddy mode because I know she had been with the kids all day, and that's a lot harder than going to training camp. I told people all the time, I would rather be at training camp. I would rather be doing 2-a-days than fighting with the kids all day, right? Especially when they're young.
That's the sacrifice.
Especially when they're going through it. So it's a back and forth, and again, it's a being okay with compromising because you care about your partner, you care about your spouse, and you're willing to give up or take away from self to help the other person. And if it goes back and forth, that's a perfect situation.
Yep.
Right. So that's my point is that, Marcus, you sacrificed to bring the blessing, and Jess, you sacrificed to keep the house and keep the actual family together and keep it on point. But because like you said, there's a lot of people that are in that position that don't have good home situations. So then that comes back to you both compromised. See?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It went right back. It made its way all the way back around.
Full circle.
So I had one more question. I wanted to kind of backtrack a little bit. But so, Marcus, when you spring this stuff on her and it upsets her and you are kind of last minute and you say that, you have moments where you feel like, I'm kind of oblivious. I just kind of I'm in the wind, blah, 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 blah.
Get out of it.
I feel like, because I've heard you say this before, and my dog, I love you, but I feel like you be kind of plotting that on purpose. You're like, I know she's going to flip her shit, so I'm going to just deal with it and just whatever. But I know that in the end, I'm essentially going to get what I want.
I'm going to do what I need to do, right? Yes and no. Yes and no. Sometimes I am oblivious to really how she's going to react, right? To me, sometimes, just like I said, I'm overly chill sometimes. I could take, and I said this before, I could take a lot of pages from Jessica's book in a lot of communications and interactions, but I'm pretty all right, man, it's cool. I'll find a way, right? But she's not like that all the time. So, getting down to the wire on making decisions and doing certain stuff, it doesn't bother me, but I need to be in tune to where Miss Jessica is and take that into account more, right? And so, not that I'm just saying, okay, I know she's going to be upset, but sometimes I'm stuck in my way and what I got going on and thinking about the things I want to do. And then I'm like, okay, and this is going on, Jess, I need you to do this. I need you to do X, Y, Z. And she's like, What?
No, it's really only when it comes to like business and things of that nature. It's like, all right, well, what do I need to do? What am I going to do? What do I have to do? Well, I'm going to do it. And then, like you said,
we'll work everything out later.
The lashing later.
Right.
I'm going to do it now and then ask for forgiveness later.
I remain stone-faced, though. I remain like...
He's like, yeah, next time, I'll take that into consideration.
All right, bye.
And I'm like, okay.
See you later.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Right.
In a couple hours.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
maybe we should
I'll leave us with this. Sacrifice shows selflessness and compromise shows maturity.
Yeah. Yeah. Sacrifice is selflessness. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. And everybody has different ways of doing that, though. That's the thing as well. There's no right or wrong way to compromise as long as you get there and you communicate.
As long as you reach.
As long as you what?
As long as you reach a compromise.
Right, yeah. As long as you come to an agreement on both sides.
Yes. And it is about maturity because mature people compromise. Immature people don't.
Selfish, immature.
And are selfish and don't quite know how the world works because it is nothing but compromising and, all of that kind of stuff. But yes, sacrifice, selflessness, compromise, maturity.
I like that.
I like it.
That could be my next tattoo.
Shit.
That would actually make a good tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a good episode. Thanks, Mama. I appreciate your compromising and doing all these great things for us as a family and making sure we stay on the right track. Much appreciated, sister.
Listen. And I appreciate you. I've already said your sacrifices. He's like the ultimate sacrificer and compromiser, and I've learned a lot from him about how to mature and compromise. Because deep down, I'm a selfish bitch. So I don't want to compromise nor sacrifice. But,
we all find our way. Like it's no straight road to the compromisation of the at the fork in the road. Yeah, you could go right or you could go left, but what people don't know is that road comes together in a perfect relationship. And then it's like, okay, comes together.
What?
I'll leave us with that.
Yeah, I think you should get the tattoo, the sacrifice, the compromise, and then have people circle which one.
Sacrificial lamb or...
What?
Sorry, I was off track there.
All right. Truly Unruly. Marcus Trufant, Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. Y'all are done for the evening. Follow these guys, Marcus_Trufant, Jessica_Trufant on Instagram. And of course, follow the page Truly Unruly _podcast. You can listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform. And of course, catch the visual on YouTube. Just search Marcus Trufant or Truly Unruly. And catch us every Sunday on Converge. I think that's it. All right, y'all. Till next time. Holla.
Sacrificial lamb.